Hey, it's Jay. So today I wanted to talk about the CrossPod from CODEOFBELL. So I've had this actually for about 3 months now. Initially, I was going to do a 1 month review, but I decided to just take a little bit longer and use it and kind of get a more long-term review instead of giving kind of like an initial review, mainly because I feel like for bags, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to do a 1 month review just because you find out more things about it. And I actually made a review of this, a write-up on Reddit. I posted it there, so I'll link it down below the like button if you guys want to check that out. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. All right, so you can see right now I have it all filled out right here, and it's pretty packed. This is pretty much everything I carry, my EDC, if you will. And yeah, it's heavy. It's pretty heavy. This is kind of a special EDC because I have a Nintendo Switch in here. So yeah, it does fit a Nintendo Switch just snugly. It's awesome. And yeah, we'll go into that a little bit more later, but right now I wanted to kind of talk about the design on the outside and things like that. So let's go into this front here. This is the X-PAK portion. You can see it has this like this X-PAK material, which is, you know, water resistant, and this is kind of the nice unique portion of this bag here because it can expand up to 7 liters, which is super nice. And yeah, you have these straps which can be removed. You have on each side these hooks, and then you have the long loop right here on each side, and you can basically, there's a little button here that you can, you know, clasp that comes out, and then there's some Velcro on top of it, so it's really stuck in there. It's really sturdy, and hyperlong loops all across the bottom here if you wanted to put a carabiner or something like that as well. And you can see that it folds really nicely. And I typically don't have a whole lot in here. You can see that there's not much in here really, and you'll see why later. And on the side here, you'll see that we have this kind of locking mechanism to kind of keep the bag kind of slimmed like this. It kind of creates this curve. I find that it doesn't really work all that well. It kind of does, but I don't know. I feel like it's, I don't know, something else could have been done, but you know, hey, it's fine. It works for the most part. And yeah, I think in terms of the bag though, this is the only portion that has X-PAK. Everything else is just other types of material, and we'll go through that shortly. Here we have some Codura, just some, you know, I forget the number that they're using here, but basically it's, you know, pretty sturdy material right here in this pocket here. It's a little tiny pocket, and it doesn't really hold a whole lot. I think on this side I have my chapstick, so kind of on the go chapstick there, and you can see inside it has this highlighted yellow orange material, so easy to see what's in that inside. But yeah, the zipper doesn't really hold a whole lot. It can expand a little bit, but again, it's not really made for that. And yeah, you can put stuff like that, or a, you know, microfiber, something small of that sort. And then kind of, let's go on the left side real quick. On the left side, I have this sanitizer. Hand sanitizers are really small, so if you can find something like this, I got this at Bath and Body Works, so you can go there and grab one of these and just pop one in, easy, instead of having something bigger inside. Yeah, I mean, let's go to the back though. So first off, you could see that you have this hook or this handlebar right here. And at first I was kind of like, it doesn't look that aesthetically pleasing, but after a while it kind of just grows on you, honestly. And it's really nice to have it in this position, so you're not like kind of like reaching for it. I guess it's, you know, it's right here and you just grab it and you're good to go. On this back here though, this whole side has this soft like material. I don't know what it is or what it's called, but it's really soft. It does catch some lint, so I would probably get like a lint roller and just so, and it hasn't collected a whole bunch. You could see that I actually haven't used a lint roller yet, but I can definitely tell that it'll eventually get more. I just kind of like, you know, wipe it off a little bit and it's fine. And the other things, you guys probably noticed is that they have this hidden zipper in the back, and it's covered by Codora right here. And yeah, you can open it up like so, and it's supposed to fit like a wallet or a phone. In this case, I have my Pixel 6 Pro here. So yeah, it fits in pretty okay. You can kind of see I have to kind of shimmy it a little bit on the corner, kind of like enter in diagonally or vertically almost, and then just put it in and then zip it back up. And just to note that the zipper is YKK. As for all of the zippers in this bag, they're all YKK, which is a real nice touch here. Now let's go to the kind of the most important part, I would say, of a bag of a sling like this is the strap. So the strap, it's materials, it's not exactly seatbelt like in terms of the feel. It feels a little bit rougher than kind of like stuff from like Peak Design or they have their what do you call it? Their straps for their cameras. Those are like real nice materials, but this is, you know, it's not that basically. That's what I'm trying to get at. But it feels nice. It feels fine. Feels like it's not going to rip or anything like that, or tear or anything like that from what I can see. And I've used other CODEOFBELL products. So yeah, really good quality. And yeah, this strap here. This buckle here is from Fitlock. You can go on their website. You can actually check out which ones they have available. I think you can order them too if you're a business, or I guess if you wanted to just order it yourself, I guess you could. But yeah, the great nice thing about the Fitlock buckle is that it is magnetic, and it's really hard to get it out, because you would think like, oh, okay, it's magnetic, you know, it's flimsy, etc. But the magnets are really, really strong, and when you have weight on them, like when you're wearing it, it does not come off. So obviously I can't simulate it right now because I'm sitting down with it on, but basically to take it out, you kind of just pull it away and then it comes right out. And to kind of put it back together, you just line the pieces up. You can kind of just do it roughly. You don't have to really look at it. So no accuracy required, just kind of put in the general area and it slides right in, and you know, you're good to go. There isn't any moving around. You can see that it's not going to come off. Like no matter what I do, it's like super strong in that respect. So I really like it. I think it can hold up to like 30 kilos of weight of force, I believe. So that seems quite a bit. So yeah, I don't foresee it coming off. And even if it did come off, I mean, at that rate, you know, you're probably just gotten lucky, you know, if it really did come off like that. And yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's really safe. I've never had any accidental unlocks. All of them have always been a purposeful unlock. So yeah, no worries there if you were concerned about this system. And if you never heard about it, I would highly recommend prioritizing a bag that has this. It's night and day for sure. So, okay, with that, let's go into the bag. And the first thing I wanted to talk about before we did that was kind of the zippers on top. You see that they're both have aqua guard on them. So they are fully protected by water on the top and in the front here. Obviously in the back, it doesn't really have that. I forgot to mention that part, but yeah, let's go into the expansion bag here, as I'll name it right now. And kind of the first thing you'll see is that you see this CODEOFBELL logo, their flag, their information there. You see the little cutout there. I don't really like that it's kind of flimsy looking, like there's extra material as if, and they said that's on purpose. So yeah, take that for what you will. Not really a huge fan of that, but yeah, you can see that when it's kind of folded in like this, you can kind of see there's kind of creates this nice divide. So I kind of keep my keys there. They have this key hook right here. It's plastic, works fine. I used it on their Annex line and it works fine. Not a big deal, honestly. I rarely put my keys here nowadays. And then I have a pen here as well. Real nice pen, just small, easy to use. I just kind of put it here. It kind of just floats though. That's the only thing with this bag, that it kind of does float. And well, you know, I'm gladly to just sacrifice that to have this versatility because I can just expand it for, you know, carrying a water bottle, or I could like put a jacket in here, or I've actually put jackets like on the outside and just have it hooked on here. Works great. So yeah, continuing on. So I have a wallet here and my mask as well. So put this back in real quick after I show you kind of what's in here. Is just basically the same side, the other side of it, or my so-called other divider side. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of neat in that sense. So I really like that. I obviously never really advertise it like that, but you know, yeah, it works for me really well in that respect. So let's go to the main compartment. So you can see that the zipper doesn't actually zip all the way down. It just kind of zips like maybe like what, a fourth of the way down. But it's good enough to get into most things. Now, for example, right now I have my Nintendo Switch in there for this case. I just went out today, brought my Switch just in case I wanted to play the new Pokemon game. By the way, it's pretty good so far. Yeah. So yeah, Nintendo Switch here. We'll take that out so I can show you guys kind of the bag itself. So you can see that it's quite expansive without it in there, but with it fully in there, like a bunch of stuff just filled in, it's going to be a little bit hard to get to your stuff, especially kind of the zippers in the back here. Okay, so you can see here that we have these zippers and mesh zippers, both on the left and right side, and they kind of go all the way to the height of the bag. You see that there's an extra flap here. It's not a false top, if you will. And yeah, I mean, it's really nice. And I initially thought it wasn't the case, but yeah. And then here, you know, I keep my phones in here, my iPhone 12 Pro Max here, and then the another phone there, like my other Pixel or like the Switch. I just put it in here and it's fine. And right here, you have the X-PAK information right here. So yeah, I mean, you know, my initial impressions though, compared to now, is quite a bit different. Initially, I had thought that this bag was a lot of stuff going on. There's quite a bit. I didn't want to get this bag, and then I got the Air bag, which I will link down below the review of that one. And I didn't like that one at all just because of the strap. So for me, the strap was a deal breaker in that case. And when I tried this one on, initially I was like, okay, this is way nicer. The strap doesn't get in the way, doesn't get in the way of my chest area, and it locks really smoothly. They both did. They both were using Fitlock, but this one's just a little bit better in my opinion. Doesn't look as nice compared to the one on the Air, but functionality wise, it's superior for sure, in my opinion. And it's just smoother. Everything kind of just smoothed out here. So yeah. The other thing I noticed at first was the straps aren't that great. The management it's just okay. Honestly, I feel like they definitely could have done better. And, you know, for a bag that's been out for like a couple of years now or a few years now, I feel like they could have made revisions by this point. And yeah, they haven't really. So that kind of sucks because the Air bag, that one has much better strap management. This one's just okay. Initially, I was just like, oh, you know, fine, I can deal with it. But after 3 months now, I can say that, yeah, the straps could be much, much better, I think. You know, for example, when I'm wearing this bag, a lot of times, this side of the strap, this part right here, this will always go down as I'm using it, just wearing it, pulling it back and forth, just walking, you know, or accidentally, I just grab my bag to open it and then it just moves. So I don't know what I can do about it. And it's kind of just a thing I've accepted with this bag, that it's going to just do that. And so that's kind of the biggest negative I would say of this bag is the strap management on this main strap here. And then, you know, the next one is not really a negative just because like it's subjective, but like just the look of it, maybe you won't like this look because it's like a lot of stuff going on and all of these straps all over the place here. And like there's look at all the zippers on the side, right? I kind of just hide them basically and try not to show them. But yeah, there's quite a bit. Which, by the way, the zippers, the little tags are really nice. They're like this matte feeling material, super nice to hold on to. No problems. They have little circles, little holes at the end. So I guess you could put stuff or lock it. I don't know. If you can get past those things, and when I say they're negatives, they're the biggest negatives, all relative to just how great this bag is day to day. It's just so, I don't know, it's so well designed, well thought out in general. Yeah, I mean, I guess the other kind of nitpick I had was after a few months, I started to notice this, like, I don't even know what the material is. It just feels like foamy almost, but it feels really nice. It's soft to the touch. But after a few months, you can see there, I don't know if the camera can show it, but basically there's some creases on each side just from use and having my items in there. So like this side, I have my chapstick, right? So it kind of folds in where the chapstick portion ends. So it sort of, it creates this crease, right? Just through use, which is, is expected, but yeah, I don't know. It's just a nitpick at this point for that one. But you see the X-PAK is held out really well. The bottom, the Cordura is really, I mean, basically there's no like little phrase or nothing. It's basically so perfect. So yeah, 3 months in, I haven't noticed any sort of like damage, defects, things like that. And I don't really throw my bag around or like treat it poorly. But I wouldn't say like I like treat it like a fragile item because it does have my stuff in there. So, I try to take care of it because it has, important stuff in there. But to sum up this product though, I would highly recommend it. Even at $150, it's a little bit pricey for sure. And, these are, hey man, if you're going to play, you got to pay to play, right? So these are real expensive bags. It's just, what you get for it, it's really good. Again, the only thing I would recommend is the strap management could be quite a bit better, especially compared to what's on the market right now. And I know this bag came out, several years ago. So it's, I think it's time for them to make a version 2. I don't know. And actually, just a little tidbit, the original version didn't have this magnet locking mechanism on here. It had like this type of locking system. So it's just a normal, buckle. So, kudos to them to upgrading it, but like, I feel like they could have, upgraded the straps alongside that. But yeah, I mean, I can't really think of anything that they can make better besides the straps. Like if they can upgrade the strap management, I would literally buy another bag because if they did this, rather than me like trying to mod it, which some people I think have suggested to me online, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little review. It's been 3 months for it, so maybe I should make one for 6 months, a year. I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments section if you guys have any questions or you just want to talk about the bag or any other bags that you guys are into right now. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Peace.